Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel MTG Box Analysis to take a look at Jumpstart 2022 again. It's been about 6 months since I opened up a box of these. Here's the case number in case anyone's tracking or interested in it. This set came out about 15 months ago and there's quite a bit of value in here. So we're going to crack it open. We're going to go through each of the themes in here. Of which there are 46 themes. There are 121 variants. And then we're going to do a full MTG box analysis at the end. So essentially you get a little how to do Jumpstart. And then we've got our theme boosters here. Now, there is a ton of value in this set, and I say a ton because there are currently 89 cards that are valued over $1 in this set. 32 are mythic, 24 are mythic, 41 are rare, 14 are uncommon, and then there's even 8 commons that are valued over $1. So 75% of all the mythics in this set are valued over $1, which is pretty amazing for a Magic set of the modern era. And in fact, there's even 11 cards in here that are valued over $10. So with that, let's go ahead and crack open our first theme. Let's see what we get. All right, these are the double sleeve, which means that they are wrapped. We got ourselves experimental here. So on the screen, I'll put the rarity of the theme, so that way you can kind of follow along. Now, experimental won't have any of the cards valued over $10 in there, but that doesn't mean that there isn't value here. So we've got ourselves Mythics Replica Rider coming in as our first rare, and that'll be our only rare in that particular one. Then we're going to see Grotag Night Runner, Cyclops Electromancer, Spark of Creativity, Act on Impulse, followed by a Thermo Alchemist, Spark Mage Apprentice, Catalyst Elemental. Then we're going to see a Goblin Researcher with a Firebolt. Then we've got an Electric Revelation with an Electrify, a Thriving Bluff, and we should just see a bunch of mountains in the back. All right, so that is essentially a Jumpstart theme booster. You're going to see 1 to 2 rares. They're all going to be kind of circled around a theme. And let's just dive into our next one. So in case you weren't aware, there are 11 mythic themes, 15 rare themes, and 20 common themes to make up the 46 different themes. Mythics only have a single variant, so you're guaranteed to see the exact same cards in every single mythic theme. Rares have 2 variants, and for the commons, there are 4 different variants. So this time around, we're going to go ahead and see spirits, and with that, we're going to see ourselves an Hour of Reckoning coming in as our rare, with an Elodion of Rhetoric. This is going to be one of the anime cards. This is actually an uncommon valued over $1. And then we're going to see a Mausoleum Guard, followed by a Gallows Warden, a Devouring Light, with a Chains of Custody, Doom Traveler, Kami of Ancient Law, Pilgrim of the Ages, Martyr Soul, Blessed Defiance, Triplicate Spirits with a Thriving Heath, and our Plains. And unlike the original Jumpstart, the basic lands in this particular set, other than the snow-covered land, do not hold any value. Some of the, in the original Jumpstart, you got, I think it was Core Set 2021 lands, and a single Jumpstart-specific art land. Those did hold a little bit of value because they were only available in the Jumpstart set, or packs. All right, this time around, we're going to see ourselves Treasure. Treasure is just going to be a common theme. And with that, we're going to see Gadrick the Crown Scourge, a Blood Aspirant, followed by a Rapacious Dragon. Then we're going to see ourselves Kaldatha Flame Fiend, Trove of Temptation, Goldhound, followed by a Gleaming Barrier. And then we're going to see a Dutiful Replicator, followed by a Brazen Freebooter, a Gold Vein Pick, a Wielding Sparks, an Improvised Weaponry, and our Thriving Bluff and Mountains in the back. All right, so far we have not hit any of the mythic themes. I have found that a decent box will have 2, but I have seen up to 4 mythic themes in a box. Surprisingly, the most valuable card from this set does not come from a mythic theme. It actually comes from a rare theme called Go to School. So if we see one of those, we have a chance at pulling a Ristic Study. It's a 50-50 chance. This time around, we've got ourselves Insects. And so we're going to see ourselves a Dead Bridge Goliath, followed by a second rare Phantom Nantuko, with a Nessian Hornbeetle, an Iridescent Hornbeetle, a Nantuko Cultivator with a Crawling Sensation, Caustic Caterpillar, a Drudge Beetle, Hornshell Beetle, Then we've got a giant ladybug with a relentless pursuit. Then we're going to see ourselves a hunter's ridge, a thriving grove, and our forest in the back. So some of the commons that we're looking for preordain. We're looking for a spell stutter sprite, a creeping bloodsucker. We're also looking for a tragic slip, a big score, and we're also looking for ram through, an expedition map, and seat of synod. All of those commons are valued over $1. Yeah, a total of 8 of them. And then there, of course, are 14 uncommons. Ooh, we have a 50-50 chance of seeing the most valuable card. I think if we do, it'll be right behind this. It is the Rhystic Study, valued at $44. And we got the alternate one. So we have a Barian Talarian Archmage coming in here, and the Biblioplex Kraken, Casmina, Enigma Mentor, a Dismiss, an Overwhelmed Apprentice, a Merfolk Pupil, Wizard's Mentor, Tragic Lesson, Elite Instructor, Talarian Sentinel. Then we're going to see the Academy Lore Journey Mage, Bury in the Books, and our Thriving Isle, and our Islands. Now, just because we kind of struck out there with the Go to School doesn't mean we're going to strike out if we see it again. So hopefully we do get to see another Go to School. You can get duplication of not only themes, but you can get duplication of the actual variants as well. So this time we're going to see ourselves a Cruel. And this is going to bring ourselves a Termination Facilitator coming in, aka a Murderer, followed by a Feast of the Fallen coming in an anime with a Plague Spitter, Nested Ghoul with a Talon of Pain, Creeping Bloodsucker, that's going to be a common valued over $4. Then we're going to see an Ossuary Rats with an Infernal Idol, an Alley Strangler, Lurking Deadeye, a Mire Blight, Consigned to the Pit, and a Thriving Moor with our basic swamps. And I always like to fan them out just in case there's a mistake in the packing. It has happened before. You never know. And one other thing I'll point out is just because a theme is rare, mythic, or common doesn't mean you can't see rares, mythics, commons, uncommons in the theme. It just means, it just kind of goes to how many different variants of that particular theme there are. So we got ourselves Holy, and behind that we're going to see ourselves a Dawn of Hope, followed by a Valkyrie Harbinger coming in. This is a rare valued over $1. Then we got ourselves a Planar Atlas, followed by an Emancipation Angel in the anime, with a Serene Steward. Then we're going to see an Inspiring Cleric, Chains of Custody, Pilgrim of the Ages, with a Dawning Angel. Then we get Anointer of Valor, a Light of Hope, a Divine Arrow, and a Thriving Heath. And there's our our planes in the back. So as we kind of round out this last theme of the first stack here, the market value for these boxes is just under $100. So you don't necessarily need a home run box to get your money back. These are actually a really good, I won't say investment, but if you're just getting into Magic, these are a great way to kind of get some of the classics as well as some new cards, and to get some of the good valuable ones as well. So we got ourselves an inventive theme with a hangerback walker coming in as our rare, is valued over $1. Then we're going to see ourselves a launch mishap, followed by a whirler rogue, a renowned weaponsmith. Then we're going to see ourselves the Juggernaut, followed by a gearsmith prodigy, an aeronaut tinkerer, an aviation pioneer, with a gear seeker serpent, a heart piercer bow, with a vial of dragonfire, an artificer's epiphany. Then we're going to see ourselves the Thriving Isle with the Seat of Synod. This is going to be one of the common lands valued over $1. And then we're just going to get our islands. All right, very cool. So not the best first stack of a Jumpstart box I've opened, but we've got 2/3 of the box left to go, so plenty of time to see that value come in. And there is a way to open these without using a knife, but I just prefer to use a knife. All right, so we got ourselves a raid coming in from Red. This is going to see Kari Zev Skyship Raider, followed by a Rigging Runner, a Warname Aspirant, Goblin Oriflame with a Daring Piracy, Lava Step Rider, Swaggering Corsair, Keldon Raider, Stormfleet Pyromancer, a Plundering Predator with a Raise the Effigy, and a Fire Cannon Blast. Then we can see the Bluff, and our mountains in the back. All right, so we'll just start a new stack. Trying to think if we've actually seen a mythic. It'll be in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, but that, of course, is added after the fact. So we got ourselves knights here. All right, there we go. We finally have ourselves a mythic. So we have the Circle of Loyalty. Unfortunately, this is one of the 8 mythics not valued over $1. And then behind that, we're going to see Balin Wandering Knight coming in. Now, this rare is valued over $10, so very cool to see that in the Japanese anime. So that's going to be, I think, our best hit so far. I might have missed a really good one. But then we have Danitha Capsaicin Paragon, Quinde, Pride of the Femerif, Sir Alan the Lion's Claw, a Hero's Blade, followed by a Chains of Custody, an Order of the Golden Cricket, followed by a Shining Armor, a Jousting Lance, a Banalish Honor Guard. Then we're going to see a Sky Hunter Prowler with a Thriving Heath and our plains in the back. So I'll just leave Balin kind of separated for now because I know he is, he or she, not sure, Cat Knight, valued over $1 or valued over $10. So some of the other ones that we're looking for that are valued over $10, we're looking for Lida Mechanical Engineer, also out of white, a Pirated Copy coming out of blue along with the Rhystic Study. Then we got Ashcoat of the Shadow Swarm, Rodolph Dustbringer, Benevolent Hydra, Goldspan Dragon, Maxis Goblin Grande, Tamio's Journal, and a Walking Ballista. So fingers crossed that we get to see some of those today. So we got ourselves a gross theme, which includes a Deathbringer Regent coming in as our rare, followed by a Plague Crafter. Then we're going to see ourselves a Skull Slither Worm, Karul Swarm with a Death Wind, Blight Keeper, and a Durable Coil Bug, Dune Beetle, Devouring Swarm with an Eaten Alive. Then we're going to see ourselves a Grotesque Mutation, followed by an Infernal Idol and a Thriving Moor. And nothing hidden or secret in the back of that one. So when was the last time you opened up Jumpstart, or have you ever opened up Jumpstart 2022? And what do you think of the now, I guess, discontinued Jumpstart, set-specific Jumpstarts? Did anyone ever buy into those? I know I've opened a few on the channel, but not a ton. All right, so this time around, we're going to see Raid. We've already seen Raid before, but because it's a common theme, there are up to 4 different variants. Let's see if we see a true duplicate. So we're going to see a Brazen Cannonade. So this is definitely going to be a different one. We did not see this rare before. It's going to include a Rigging Runner, a War Name Aspirant, Mardu Heart Piercer with a Daring Piracy, Axeguard Cavalry with a Swaggering Corsair, Keldon Raider, Stormfleet Pyromancer, Plundering Predator, Fervent Strike, followed by a Fire Cannon Blast, and a Thriving Bluff, and no special lands in the back. All right, so we're getting pretty close to the halfway point. I know we have now seen a mythic, but we have not yet seen a mythic theme. Hopefully we don't strike out. All right, so we got ourselves a Landfall here. And we're going to see ourselves a Rampaging Ballast coming in as our rare, followed by Courser of Krufix. Then we're going to see a Turntimber Basilisk, Primeval Herald, Zendikar's Royal with a Rampaging Growth. Then we've got ourselves an Orshra Cultivator with a Snapping Gnarlid, an Adventuring Gear. Then we're going to see a Canopy Baloth with a Kalani Heart Expedition, a Master's Rebuke with an Evolving Wild, and then our Thriving Grove with just our commons in the back. I think we got 3 more themes in this stack, and then we'll jump into our last 8 themes and carry on into the MTG box analysis. And if you've never stayed tuned to the end of one of my videos, I encourage you to do so. I'll talk about duplication, I'll talk about set coverage, I'll talk about the value that we actually observed, plus give a somewhat recap of the entire box opening. So usually only about 5 minutes or so, but you know, you watch 20 minutes of pack openings, and at the end, what do you actually know, right? You just have a feeling of what you saw, but not the actual statistics. So this time we've got ourselves Wolves, which is going to contain a Wicked Wolf, Mild Manner Librarian with a Pack Song Pup, Wolf Willow Haven. And then we're going to see Arlen, Voice of the Pack, coming in with a Ferocious Pup, Bounding Wolf, Fierce Witch Stalker, then a Spectral Hunt Caller, followed by a Wolf's Quarry, a Prey Upon, a Wolfkin Bond, and a Thriving Grove. And that'll do it for that one. So again, still hoping to see a mythic theme. And they are just spread out. There's no real rhyme or reason. It's not like they're at the bottom of the box. So I think I've opened up 5 or 6 of these before, so there's no real rhyme or reason. Now, in this case, we're going to see benevolent or multi-headed here. So multi-headed is a rare. Both of them contain a $12 benevolent Hydra. So we're going to see one of those here in a second. And there it is. So benevolent Hydra value just over $12. Nice mythic hit there. So we'll take that all day. Put that down there with Balin. Then we get ourselves a domesticated Hydra, followed by a Clockwork Hydra, a Feral Hydra, Hydra's Growth, Servant of the Scale, an Isolithan Caryatid, a Furted, an Adventurous Impulse, Scale the Heights, followed by a Hunter's Edge. Then we're going to see ourselves a Soul's Might with the Thriving Grove. And just the forest in the back. All right, so that made me feel a little bit better. Now we've got 2 cards valued over $10. I should have put some kind of pull tab on these. All right, so we got ourselves fairies here. Fairies is going to contain a Vidalian Clique coming in as our mythic hit here. It's going to be valued over $4. And then behind that, we're going to see a Wavebreaker Hippocamp, followed by a Synchronized Eviction. Then we've got an Instruments of War, Brian-born Cutthroat with Glenalenda Pranksters. Then we've got ourselves a Soul Read, followed by a Spell Stutter Sprite, Pestermite. Then we've got ourselves Sentinels of Glenalendra, with an Undersea Invader, Fleeting Distraction, and a Thriving Isle, and just our islands. So that was actually a really good theme there because we had 2 cards valued over $4. So I will take themes like that all day. And I don't mind cutting the back because, again, we're just looking at basic lands in the back. There's typically never anything hidden back there. So we got ourselves a Blink. This is going to contain Preston the Vanisher coming in. This used to be a card valued over $10. Not sure where it is right now. I think it's around 9 or so. So we'll put that in our big hit pile. Then we've got ourselves a Distinguished Conjurer, followed by a Bright Mare. And then we've got a Whisper Weaver Angel, Faith's Fetters, followed by a Flicker of Fate, Thrabian Inspector, an Inspiring Overseer with a Gallant Cavalry, Rambunctious Mutt, an Acrobatic Maneuver with a Settle Beyond Reality, and our Thriving Heath. And yep, just our plains in the back. So I'm going to slide those 2 over. We'll see if we end the 3rd stack with an island as well. All right, so we got another white theme here. We got ourselves Law. So Law is going to contain Gideon, Champion of Justice coming in. Gideon, unfortunately, is another one of the mythics not valued over $1. Then we're going to see ourselves Magnanimous Magistrate and Arrest with a Righteousness. Then we've got ourselves an Unquestioned Authority. I'm going to fix the focus after this. Then we get a Gideon's Lawkeeper, Ninth Bridge Patrol, Kami of Ancient Law, Midnight's Guard, a heavily played Night Guard Patrol with a Sky Hunter Patrol. Then we get an Angelic Edict and a Thriving Heath in the back. All right, clean up my piles here, and we'll just keep moving along. Not sure how the focus got out of focus, but I guess it just happens every now and then. All right, we are going to see ourselves dragons here. So dragons is going to contain Lathis Dragon Queen coming in as our rare, is valued almost at $5. Then we got ourselves a Dragon's Horde, valued just over $1, with a Dragon Lord Servant, Dragon Speaker Shaman, Furnace Whelp. Then we're going to see a Dragon Mage, Kargon Dragon Rider with a Plundering Predator, Spark-Tongue Dragon, Scorching Dragonfire with a Tormenting Voice, a Sargon's Rage, and a Thriving Bluff, and just our mountains in the back. All the way down to 5 themes or so. I really want to see an Urza's. That contains the Walking Ballista. I would also take a Knights, because that contains Lita. All right, now this might be the second video I've done this on where I was like, I really want to see an Urza's. And here we go. So Urza's is a mythic theme. We are guaranteed to see the Walking Ballista plus Karn and a whole bunch of other goodies. So here we go. We got ourselves Karn Liberated. Karn has dropped a little bit. He's down to about $7 or so. But right behind that, we are going to see ourselves a Walking Ballista, which is valued at just around $17. Then we're going to see ourselves a Golem Artisan, followed by a Meteor Golem, Planner Atlas. This is going to be another good hit for us, with an Urza's Factory, Lothwain Gargoyle, Ruin Servitor, a Mannequin. Then we're going to see ourselves a Thought Mage's Familiar, with the Universal Solvent, an Alchemist Vial. Then we're going to see ourselves the Expedition map. This is going to be a common valued over $2. And then we're going to see ourselves 1, 2, 3 towers. I think it's 3 power plants as well. Nope, 2 power plants and 2 mines. And those Urza's lands do hold some value. Don't think they're over $1 anymore, but they're pretty close. I'll put them on the screen for you. So hooray, we've now seen, I think we have seen 2 mythic themes, because I think the Balin theme of vehicles was also a mythic. So we've got 2 for the box. Let's see if we can't sneak in one more towards the end here. So we've got ourselves a treasure theme here. This is just a common, but it could contain a Goldspan Dragon. It does not. It contains the Professional Facebreaker, which is a decent rare. Then we got ourselves a Blood Aspirant, Pyre Sledge Arsonist, Rapacious Dragon, Barrage Ogre, a Goldhound. Then we're going to see a Reckless Fireweaver with a Dutiful Replicator, Brazen Freebooter, Goldvein Pick, Improvised Weaponry, Wielding Sparks, and a Thriving Bluff. So you probably noticed that some of those were repeats because, of course, we have opened that theme before. So there is definitely the possibility of getting a duplication in the box without actually duplicating the theme. All right, we're going to see raid again. I think this might be the 3rd raid. This time we're going to see Brazen Cannonade. So this is going to be a duplicate, not only theme, but a duplicate theme variant. So we get the Rigging Runner, the Warname Aspirant, the Ordeal, Daring Piracy, Borderland Marauder, the Swaggering Corsair, Brazen Wolves, Keldon Raider, Stormfleet Pyromancer, Plundering Predator, Fire Cannon Blast, and the Thriving Bluff. All right, 2 more themes to go. I want to see another Go to School, because I don't think they'd give me 2 of the exact same one of those. Pull out that Ristic Study, call this box a win, and just be done for the day, right? All right, so we got ourselves Unlucky 13 here. I believe this is a mythic. Behind it, we're going to see ourselves a Tree of Perdition coming in. Tree of Perdition, good mythic, valued at around $7. We'll add that to our good pile over here. And then behind that, we're going to see ourselves Triskaidekaphobia, the fear of the number 13, followed by Disciple of Perdition, a Sling Gang Lieutenant, Ruthless Disposal, Exsanguinate, another good common from the set, or uncommon. Then we got ourselves a Blightkeeper with a Gnawing Zombie, Skirtstag Supplicant, Soul Cage Fiend, a Dread Rider with a Tragic Slip, a Piranha Marsh, and then we're going to see ourselves the Thriving Moor and some Swamps. All right, so that was pretty good. Good way to end that one off. Now let's see if we can't get a blue theme, just so we can close out with Islands on Top. We are going to see black. So we got ourselves Cruel. So this is going to contain the Termination Facilitator, another repeat, Feast of the Fallen, Sir Conrad the Grim, Talon of Pain, Obnixilis. Then we're going to see an Infernal Idol with a Creeping Bloodsucker, again, good common. Then an Ossuary Rats, Torment Soul, Alley Strangler, Wicked Guardian, an Obnixilis' Cruelty with the Thriving Moor, and our collection of Swamps in the back. All right, so I'll get everything sorted, organized, and be right back with the MTG box analysis. Let's get things started by reviewing the contents of the box. Using this chart, we can see the set shaded in gray and the cards that we actually pulled in green. In this box, we saw between 31 and 77 cards for each of the colors of Magic for a variance of 46 cards. We also saw one colorless, 32 artifacts, and 34 non-basic lands. Finally, we pulled 158 basic lands. From a coverage perspective, we saw 275 unique cards out of a possible 834, which gave us 33% coverage of the set. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was in white with 36%. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in today's box we saw 36% of the commons and 33% of the uncommons in the set. We also picked up 25 of the 118 rares for 21% coverage and 5 mythics for 16% coverage. Looking at the coverage of the theme variants, we saw 18% of the commons, 23% of the rares, and because we saw 3 mythic themes, we covered 27%. In today's box, we saw 53 cards repeated 205 times for a box duplication rate of 43%. However, if we back out all of the basic lands, we only saw 38 cards repeated 63 times for a duplication rate of 19%. Before getting into the value of today's box, let's take a look at the current market value of the set. This chart displays all 834 cards in the Jumpstart 2022 set using market prices as of March 20th, 2024. Currently, there are 11 cards valued over $10. 6 of these are valued between $10 and $15, but 5 of them are valued over $15, with the Risk study in the top spot at $44.92. The set also contains 16 cards valued between $5 and $10 and 62 cards in the $1 to $5 range. The other 745 cards are valued under $1. A full set of all 834 cards has a current market value of $587.74. Now let's recap the actual observed value that we saw in today's box. We ended up seeing 3 cards valued over $10, including Balan Wandering Knight valued at $10.99, the Benevolent Hydra valued at $12.20, and the Walking Ballista valued at $17.59. We also saw 5 really good cards valued between $5 and $10, and the box also contained 18 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 454 cards in the box are currently valued under $1. So how did this box perform? Well, the market price for this box as of March 20th, 2024 is $97.92. The Jumpstart 2022 Draft Booster Box contains 24 theme booster packs, each with 20 cards, allowing you to see 480 cards plus tokens. The current market value of the 24 tokens is $3.07. The 158 basic lands that we pulled are valued at $8.20 combined. The 193 commons are valued at $36.55, and the 97 uncommons are valued at $21.49. The 27 rares that we pulled have a combined value of $77.06, and our 5 mythics are valued at $20.17. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $166.54 in card market value, which is $68.62 over the market price for the box, and means that this box returned 170% of the market price in card value. Now, in cards valued just over $2, the box looks like this. In total, we saw 16 cards valued over $2, and they have a current combined value of $105.14, which means that those 16 cards represent 107% of the market price for the box. We have opened up better boxes of Jumpstart 2022 in the past on the channel. However, this box was no slouch. Returning over 100% of the market price in cards just valued over $2 doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, I am happy. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, do something amazing. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.